girl, Portia Marie.
What's going on, Dope family? It's your boy, Iffy.
This is where creators meet and have dope conversations. Welcome to the Dope People Meet podcast. Today, we have fashion designer Arraya Hope in the building. We also have Kris Shelby, Jeezy stylist, in the building. What's up, y'all?
Hey, girl.
What
Hey.
up, though? What's going on?
All right, let the people know who you are, where you from, and what you do.
Hi, my name is Arraya Hope. I'm a fashion designer here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I've been in Atlanta for a few years now, but I run the Glamour Blueprint.
Okay.
I respect that.
Thank
I
you.
respect that. What's up, y'all? I'm Kris Shelby, stylist from New Orleans, Louisiana, and yeah, I'm the colorful beard guy.
That's your signature.
Yeah,
I
we
love that.
it.
I love
that.
that.
You know what
All right. All right, let's jump into some dope topics. All right, you know, Russell Westbrook, you know, he always in the timeline. We always talking about his fits and things of that nature. Do you think that his style is fly, or do you feel like he tries too hard?
Well, you jumped in with it.
She went straight in.
I need both answers.
Yeah, really.
I honestly appreciate his confidence. So I wouldn't say that he tries too hard or that he does too much. Honestly, I feel like it's really about how you feel. So if he feel like he that nigga. Like, what can I say? Would I personally choose some of his choices? Maybe not, but I do appreciate his confidence.
Okay, that's fair.
Man, I respect it. To me personally, what Russell and a lot of other athletes are doing is nothing new to the sports industry. I think they're just picking up from an era that started back in the 90s. I mean, you think about people like Dennis Rodman, who was, to me, ahead of his time back when he was doing just everything to the left. You know what I'm saying? Fashionably, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, the man was an icon when it came down to fashion. You know what I'm saying? So he was always pushing the limits. So I feel like people like Russell, it's just kind of picking up that, you know, that leftover from like what people like Dennis had started. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, it's, you know, fashion is an expression of how you feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you have to get in character before you hit that court, you gotta do what you do.
Okay,
I respect
we take that.
Yeah, my take on that is like, see, I think Russell kind of just throws it on. You said he's confident. I just think there's people that are into fashion and could do whatever, right? But then there's people that's like trying to try a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how I look at it. He's trying a little too hard. Dope fits.
Yeah.
Like the bell bottoms and the yellow took us back to the 70s.
Okay.
Fly fit.
But see, I love that. Like, not to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No,
I
go ahead.
love, though, that he, like, pops out with something like that, because I feel like people that do things like that are innovative. Like, they set the wave of where we're going to get to, or I don't want to say we, because I'm going to be with them. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I appreciate somebody that jumps out and does that, because fashion does repeat itself.
Yes.
So nonetheless, it's like, okay, at one point somebody was into this, they created this, whatever. This is just somebody that has the vision that's now seeing, like, in time, y'all are gonna catch up here too. I was crazy first, now look at you. You copying me, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
go ahead, I mean.
That's
I think he's definitely in the era though, you know,
Yeah.
with the flare bottoms, the bell bottoms, it's coming back, right? But me personally, I ain't like it. Not for him. Hold up, what was the little gown they had on? The little Scottish look,
the
right?
kilt.
Yeah, the kilt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
I'm here for the kill.
Yeah.
You know who killed it? What's light skinned dude's name?
Will Smith's son?
No, he played for the league too.
Who did the
I
kill?
forgot. Yeah, he did the kill too. I forgot his name. He
I don't
played for
know.
the Lakers.
I'm here for the kilt though. I think back when Kanye did the kilt during the Watch the Throne, you know what I'm saying? I think it was
Oh, he did.
it was a monumental moment. You know what I'm saying? I remember years ago, back then when I used to work for Louis Vuitton. I remember I went in one day for a meeting, and I wore a kilt, and my manager was so scared because she didn't know what the actual store manager was gonna say. But see, I already knew that the store manager was a little bit, you know, out there fashionably. So me, you know, showing up like that, he was cool with it. So when I showed up, he was like, "Kris, that's dope what you got on." And my manager was like, "Okay." I was like, "Bonnie, I told you I was gonna be cool." You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's like, it's just something that we don't see on a regular here.
Right.
But I mean, You know, you think about kilts, that's a Scottish thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that has nothing to do with sexuality, it's about culture, you know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
All right, now, as a fashion designer, stylist, what's your take? You style somebody up, they don't tag you. What's your take on that?
You know, it's crazy. I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday. I'm cool with it. At the end of the day, my work is gonna speak for itself, and that's how it's been going at the end of the day for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this 10 years plus, and I'm just getting the recognition from it. I've been working. I mean, one of my biggest videos was Bad and Bougie by the Migos. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about it that much, but now that my time is coming around, like, you think about like how life is, eventually your time to shine is gonna come. You just gotta wait your turn. And I already knew that everything I did, everything I've done was gonna come to light. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, that's the guy, oh, that's the, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, like, you gotta play that humble role.
Yeah, just be humble.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool if you don't tag me. Eventually, people gonna find out, because everybody gets on social media to do homework. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna find out, well, who's behind these looks? Who's doing da-da-da-da? Yeah, you have your time.
So you love being behind the scenes.
I'm cool with it.
What about you?
I feel mutually the same. It does not bother me at all. I just personally feel like the relationship is what matters to me the most, and I always nurture that part. The idea that, you know, somebody needs to see that, you know, that's mine or whatever the case may be. I feel like I create signature enough pieces and my style dynamic is identifiable that you'll notice it when it's there. And it's like, I appreciate somebody that's in the back of the room that runs the room, but you don't even know, you know, what his name is or whatever he had. You got to know what he got on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm that kind of person. And I think that just came from, you know, me growing up with my grandparents. They're very old school. So I'm not really into like the who's who of things. I'm really into the, do you have the talent? If you have the talent, then let's have a conversation kind of person. So nonetheless, as long as the relationship is nurtured, and sometimes it's not even that, sometimes they just, you know, purchase or they wanted a custom for something specific, and that's beautiful, you know, thank you for being in it. But honestly, I gravitate more to people that support me every day than somebody that may wear it at one point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that who's who kind of girl where it's like, oh my God, I put on my stuff. You know, this is such a big thing for me. Yes, obviously it's honorable, but at the same time, it's just like I pay attention to the people that were rocking with me every single day. You know what I mean? Showing love every day, buying constantly. You know what I mean? Right. That organic kind of love is what I gravitate to the most.
And I also feel like a lot of, you know, designers, you know, they forget that, you know, certain artists want that exclusivity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I could sit here and tag you and all that, but let's say like that one tag might hinder me in your relationship because now you might either get too busy or too out the way to even have to, you know, work with me anymore. You know what I'm saying? Which me and you could build this relationship, and you don't know what levels I could take you to. You know what I'm saying? By me and you having an exclusive relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think a lot of designers need to understand that. Like, sometimes like that client that you're working with want to have that exclusive relationship with you.
Just to piggyback off what he said, that's absolutely true. There's been, you know, instances where, you know, that's happened, and it's dope to see people show up for you and be like, oh, tag her, you know, whatever the case may be. But then behind the scenes, when you have that conversation with the teams and you're like, okay, so I understand why this is how it's moving because you need me for X, Y, and Z. And it's true, you don't want somebody that jumps on the board before you, especially if you're doing things like, you know, carpets in time or things like that. Like, those conversations are private conversations that happen seasons ahead. You don't want somebody that's kind of just jumped on board with what you coming out with because you want that exclusivity, and I'm very big on exclusivity, so I love that you brought that up.
I kind of want to dive into the whole pootie tang look that you just gave.
Oh,
man.
man.
Tag you on that, but I saw your story.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to become like, I want my looks to speak for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be tagged, but I want when people see that, like, it's starting at the pootie tang look at it. But watch when I start doing all these other tapping on all these other, because I'm big on movies, right? So I'm a big movie. That's kind of like where I get all my ideas from. You know what I'm saying? Like, throughout my whole entire life, I've always been big on watching movies from the 60s, 70s, 80s, early 90s. Like, that's what I'm big on. So that's just the beginning. Watch some of this other stuff that I'm about to hit you with. That's gonna make people be like, oh man, I forgot about that. Oh dang, how he is gonna make people like tap back into that culture, and they're gonna be like, man, that's Kris over there doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we look at my personal style, and they look at, and we're like, okay, makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So like when I did the Pootie Tang thing with Tusi, I did big up to Tusi, man, and my homegirl Des, who directed the video we did. You know, for me, I was so excited about the project because when they sent me the treatment, I'm like, dang, I forgot about Pootie Tang. Then I also forgot nobody dealt with Pootie Tang as far as like nobody tapped into that vibe, you know what I'm saying? So it made me go back and watch it like 5 times. And I was just like, yo, I'm about to really, turn this dude into Pootie Tang, you know what I'm saying? Like, appreciate it. From like, I bought the wig, I like everything, yo. So like, it was fun. So I can't wait for y'all to see that. It's gonna be dope.
I respect that. So if you don't know how to dress, watch movies.
Watch movies, man.
Take it all the way back.
Watch movies, yo. Like that's the fun part about it. Like at the end of the day, fashion is supposed to be fun. Like go have fun with it. Like do some homework. Like I always feel like you should never get too big to do your homework.
Absolutely.
Stay a student to the game. Learn. Do your homework. Like that's the best part that I love about what I do, and I'm sure about as far as you as well, is being able to tap back into a certain time era or a certain culture. Last year when I did the Jeezy and Rick Ross video for All Black Mighty Dollar, the first thing Jeezy told me was, bro, go watch American Gangster and call me in a few days. Bet. He was like, I want to be Frank Lucas, and I tapped into that movie. Literally, I set the tone for that day. So like I had the speaker on set. I was playing like old Marvin Gaye and everything to the point like he became Frank Lucas. Yeah. You got to tap in the character. Like you won't be able to play that role unless you really tap in the character. So if I'm coming with the looks and the minks and the suits, and you got to tap in. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just really big on like just really bringing the culture and everything to life when it comes down to styling.
Okay, so look, before we go too deep into conversation, I want us to at least start with the celebration toast, celebrating life, you guys' accomplishments and things. So what is one thing you live by, a word of affirmation, or a phrase that you live by every single day?
You want me to start?
Yeah.
I'm abundant, I'm prosperous, I'm full of love, and I exude high vibrations.
Yes. You toast to that.
Toast to that.
All right, come on, Kris.
Well, Godspeed. Continue moving forward. And my saying for every day, we moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're moving, you got to be grooving when you're moving.
Okay,
you know
period.
So moving and grooving, stay moving and grooving, and Godspeed. So let's toast to that.
Yes, toast to that. All right, so let's go right into it. So let's give us the day in life of a fashion designer. How do you start the work?
Well, first things first is I'm very big on how I set my morning. So I feel like the morning is extremely intimate. It really sets the tone for how you kind of go about the day. So first things first, as soon as I open my eyes, is I'm thanking God, I'm in gratitude, I'm meditating, I'm stretching, I'm drinking my hot lime water, getting mucus out of my body. Then after that, I would definitely say as I jump in the shower, because I feel like I gotta cleanse my energy and kind of just be prepared and ready to go. After that, I honestly open up my emails, and from that point, I have to energetically be prepared, because at this point, I'm a one-woman team. So I'm running each component of my business. So I'm opening up my emails, going through emails, then I look at my itinerary. Most things I usually have set and schedule, and then as the day progresses, it's kind of like I kind of feed them in. Usually I have like a couple different meetings. I like to set, I use a Monday as an example. I like to use Mondays for all around days so that I can kind of stay passionate and just interested in my week. So I might have a meeting for home, and then I might have a meeting for like clothing, and then styling, and then just all different styles for me to stay busy and then also interested, because I get bored very easily. Even if it's my work, I'll get bored just in redundant kind of things. So I'll run through meetings or whatever the case may be. I should be eating a lot sooner than I am. I definitely got to get a workout in, and then aside from that, it's really just I got to spend my time in nature. Every day I got to spend just a couple minutes. If it's not standing in the sun or it's running through the sun, it's something in the park. Like I got to be around like earth. I got to get that natural vibration. But yeah, I'm usually in a meeting or I'm sketching outside on my chill days. Things are a lot more relaxed, and I can kind of have my way, do what I want to do, which I enjoy, because that's where I get my inspiration from, is just being chill and just kind of organically being present and having my eyes open. But as of lately, it's been a lot of meetings, and
that's good.
Yes, it's a blessing. I'm grateful.
Survive.
What about you, Kris?
Let's see, my day-to-day vibe.
Especially working with somebody that's probably on the go so much like Jeezy and things of that nature, or even having to work with a Tootsie and things of that nature.
Well, I'm big on like my personal vibe first. You know what I'm saying? So like I've designed like my spot to be my creative space.
Yes.
So like, not to brag, but my little condo is dope. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. I ain't gonna lie to you. My spot is a vibe, yo. But I did that on purpose because I had to wake up in a creative space.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, that's what I invest my money in. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to make my house look fly. You know what I'm saying? So I wake up in the morning, like she said, you know, I give thanks, and you know, you need that. You need at least 10 minutes in the morning to yourself. Like no social media, no phone, just kind of like just taking it all in for a second. You know, being thankful. You know what I'm saying? To be able to open your eyes and things to that nature, and just meditate for a second. So I do that in the morning. Then I need coffee. Yeah, need
You
coffee.
do not play
Man,
about
come
that
on, man. Look, and do you know what's crazy? Yo, do you know what's crazy about my coffee? Like this, I have to have Dunkin'.
Oh my God.
See what I'm saying?
Swear.
Look, come on, look.
Wow. It's
Yo.
so good.
Man, look, I'm trying to tell
I'm
y'all.
becoming you now.
You
Oh my
becoming, I'm
God.
trying to tell you.
See, I'm in Jersey, right? When I moved to Atlanta, everybody drinking Starbucks. I drink that.
Man, Starbucks
Yeah.
is gross.
I was asleep.
I don't drink Starbucks. It's gross. I'll pass on it. I'd
You
rather
get
go.
iced or hot?
I get hot.
Wow.
And it's so
That's
bad.
crazy.
Me and the people at the Dunkin' by my crib, we're
know.
here.
Yes. Yes.
When I tell you we're here, I give them gifts on Christmas.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? I get out the car, my coffee is already waiting there. They know exactly I need a medium hot, 3 creams, 3 French vanillas, and 3 sugars. That's it.
I'm weak.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm not a coffee drinker, so.
I'm not either, girl, but you gotta try it.
Yo, but see, all that customer, I don't eat throughout the day, like talking about it. Like I'm weird on how I eat. Like I can eat once a day and I'm cool.
Same,
You know what I'm saying?
same.
But I'm like 2-3 coffee cups in though. So I get up, play my little music. You know what I'm saying? Usually I need like some type of old school, some type of like Lenny Kravitz,
Same.
some type of Bob Marley. I need something to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Go get my coffee. So I'm still in my pajamas. I go get coffee. I'm putting on my Crocs. Like I'm going to run there. Then I come back home, put my cartoons on for a minute. Then I call Amelia. Amelia's my PR. And then she's telling me what I got planned for the day, you know what I'm saying, or throughout the week. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I usually try to get my shopping done early because, Atlanta traffic sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to bust a move early. So my shopping days are usually like, my shopping hours are between 11, I think the stores open at 11 and 4 o'clock. After that, it's a wrap. Because, the way the Atlanta traffic set up, like you be sitting for hours. So I try to shop between 11 and 4. And then usually sometime like Jeezy will call me in the morning. His whole thing is like, bro, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling cool. He's like, you worked out yet? I'm like, no. He's like, well, go work out and then call me back. I'm like, all right, cool. So go get my workout in, and then me and him have a conversation about what we got planned for the week. We plan out outfits. Right now we on tour. The Legends of the Street tour with Gucci, Rick Ross, Lil Kim, Fabulous. The tour's been going crazy. Like, we shut down Dallas and Houston the week before last. We did Atlanta, Augusta. We did South Carolina and Maryland. Next we got Tampa and Miami. So we got that coming in like a week or so. So the tour's been going crazy. Nothing but good energy. Like, that's the good thing about this tour. It's like the energy. It's because I'm on there with a bunch of OGs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're not there to play. You know what I'm saying? We there to, put on a good show and make it home to our families that night. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, my days just consist of just like vibing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever like the vibe is, you know what I'm saying? But I try to make sure in the morning I get that Kris time. You know what I'm saying? So cartoons, coffee, workout, and then we get to it for the rest of the day. But I need my me time though.
Okay.
So you're a stylist. Like, when you see an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
What inspires to you? Like, okay, I want to style you, and how do you want to style them? So you mentioned movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you kind of look at them and say, you know what, this is what I want to go with?
Man, you know what? Sometimes like I could remember certain scenes from a movie. What movie we were just talking about, Camille? Goodfellas, right? With Robert De Niro. to me, or we're talking about,
That's a
you know,
classic.
homes and things in the car, and I was like, yo, Goodfellas is a crazy movie because fashionably, like, I'm really, like, I have, like, this weird addiction with, like, mafia movies. You know what I'm saying? So Scarface and things like that. To me,
A lot of inspiration. Right
like,
there.
to me, those guys were, like, some of the dopest people in the world to me because it was, like, they were bad guys, but they kind of had, like, this business aspect, but fly, like could dress, like have a nice car, you got your wife at home, like you're making money, like just the way they move was just cool. Like, you know, go have dinner that night, go get coffee in the morning, like I just love the way like those guys used to move back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, it's weird that these days a lot of people aren't, I feel like our level of coolness isn't there anymore.
Absolutely.
I feel like especially for fellas, right? I feel like fellas, we're too much trying to be players than trying to be a player. It's a difference. Take out the ERS and put a YA. Keeping it player is different from trying to be a player. You know what I'm saying? We too much trying to be players right instead of just keeping things player. A player is when you cool, you smell good, you're making money, you chill, you drive a nice car. You're not trying to do too much, but you are doing too much because people understand it, but you're not trying to show it. That's keeping it player. You know what I'm saying? So like when I tap into those movies, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, like to me, my whole thing is just what I love about us as people and us and about fashion. We could be characters. You could be whoever you want to be throughout fashion. You know what I'm saying? You could dress like someone from the 60s. You could dress like somebody from the 70s. You could be whoever you, it's almost like Halloween. You could be whoever you want to be, you know what I'm saying, through fashion. You know what I'm saying? Every day. So I just really just try to like tap into that, especially when I see these artists and, you know, I love sitting there, you know, and I get a treatment and they just kind of take it upon me to be like, yo, Kris, you make it come to life. You know what I'm saying? I really just like tap into that, especially with doing a video or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. So I know like you basically were saying your influence really for fashion comes from movies. So Arraya, like what would you say your influence comes from?
Music. I'm really big on music, so I love that you like listen to oldies in the morning. That's me. Like I don't have TVs in my house, and to some people it's like you can't afford no TV. It's like no, I'm just really big on like a true organic vibe. I love music, so I have a record player in my house. Like I don't have a speaker, but I have a record player. Like I like to listen to like back in the day. Like you really could honestly play some gangster shit with me. Cool, I'm gonna know the words with you, but I'm also gonna know like I wanna dance with you, you know.
Right.
So I definitely take my inspiration from like older music videos, if anything. I pay attention to artists a lot. I love artistry in general, not even just like a music artist, but just artists as a whole. For the most part, I would say that I look at things, but I'm not big on staying invested in those things because I feel like naturally when I just take that space and I really just tap into myself, it's almost like they kind of align in a sense. Like I just remember Alicia Keys had done, you know, the straight backs with these little beads on her hair, and everybody was just always coming like, oh, this reminds me of Alicia. So I went to the record store and I looked at the record, and it was crazy because her album cover was the exact hairstyle with the beads on it and all.
Right.
And I was just like, this makes sense, you know what I mean? Because organically, it's like, I can understand why we, you know, vibrated on this page or whatever the case may be, but I try not to just focus in so deeply onto what's been done and really just kind of tap into what I see. Now, of course, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull from, you know, back in, I really love the 90s. I love that organic beauty. I love the fashion. I also love the 70s as well. But yeah, music would be my go-to. I could do movies too. I wouldn't be mad at movies. But
I'm not mad at music either. Yeah.
I feel like I'm just not a big TV person. Like if I'm in the mood for a movie, boom, we gonna watch a movie. We might watch a couple movies. But if I'm not, then it's like we could listen to music all day long, sun up to sundown. Wouldn't bother me at all. But
Okay.
Respect that.
That's different.
Yeah. But it makes sense though, you know what I'm saying? Because you think about music, you know, music is, you know, it's real life.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know about current music, but I mean like, you know, music from back in the day, you know, especially the 90s, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because to me, even on a fashionable level, I feel like that's the era that's getting ready to come back in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How you feel about that? Can I ask you that? What you
Yeah,
feel
no,
about
I
that?
completely agree,
Yeah.
and it's so funny to me because I was just thinking about this the other day. I remember like growing up, Prince, like even the print I have on now in one of my suits, it's like, wow, I remember seeing this, and this was so big then, and I used to have so much stuff of everything, and I at that time wasn't being a good vintage hoarder, so I threw everything away because like I said, I get bored really easily. But I've learned now, keep everything in storage versus getting rid of it. But like all the prints are returning, even like animal print. It's going crazy right now, like you have it on.
Ooh,
it's so
what
funny.
I told you when I walked in, I was like, bro, give me that shirt.
Yeah, it's
shirt.
crazy though.
Give me that shirt.
Pop your shit. But yeah, it's definitely all repeating itself. And I've seen now that nothing is really new. It's just innovated differently.
How you put your spin to it.
Yeah, how you put your spin on it.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that, honestly, though, because I feel like it allows things to be timeless if done properly.
Right.
So yeah. What about you, though? What do you
I respect that. Like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say what I'm doing is new, because it's not. What we all do isn't new. It's been done. It's just how you're gonna do it. And, like I'm tapping in. I'm tapping in. Like I'm not afraid to tell you what I'm tapping into.
Right.
Like I tell all my friends, like every year I tap into something else. I never stay with the same thing outside of the beard, but I always tap into like a new fashion wave. I love old school cars, so I'm usually like trying to figure out what another old school car I could get or something like that. And right now I'm really tapping into this. It's like a Lenny meets Bret Michaels. I don't know if y'all know Bret Michaels. He had a show on VH1 called Rock of Love. Remember that? He did the crop t-shirts and he had the bandana tied like this. And we were in Houston when we had the Houston show. I had my bandana like this, and I remember Jeezy looked at me and said, "We could do that?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Let's do it then." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Where did that come from?" And I was like, "Bro, it's crazy that I got this from not only Bret Michaels, but the New Orleans part of me.
Yeah.
This how Baby used to wear his bandanas back in the day."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, like I could tap into that world, but then also I'm from New Orleans too, so I came up in like the Hot Boys era, the Big Timers era. So I might be this one day, but tomorrow I might put on a Dickie outfit and some Reeboks because I'm just feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's just like, but like I said, that's the fun part about fashion. Like we could tap into all that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no wrong and right ways about doing this. It was a feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go into like y'all most memorable piece of work. So like that moment where you was like, yo, that's my shit and that shit is it. And it also had a moment socially on social media.
Oh.
That one, just that one.
Okay, I'll give you some backstory. So I do a lot of my designs like seasons ahead, but I don't necessarily pursue it at that time. And I designed this jumpsuit because even if I'm a designer, during the week, I gotta be comfortable. Like, I'm big on comfort. If I'm not comfortable, I just don't feel like myself. I'm very big on my pieces having a piece of comfort, but then also having that like signature, you know, detail to it, to where it's like, that's fly. Like, you know, I could throw this on anywhere and be versatile with it. So I created this jumpsuit, and it was really just because I love the way that these sweatpants had fit me, but I'm like, I like to have masculine and feminine mixed together, whether it's my perfumes, whether it's a piece. I just love the idea of both. So I created this jumpsuit, and I'm like, I really would love to see this on men and women. So I designed it. You know, it wasn't even an expensive piece for me to like put out there. And I just was like, let me just see, you know, how they feel about it. And honestly, it was one of my best pieces I ever did, and it got so much recognition that it honestly made me cry, because I was like,
Oh, damn.
wait, I just, you know how sometimes ideas just come to you and it's just like, I just kind of just whip this up because this is just me, you know what I mean? I need something comfortable to wear. If y'all fuck with it, great. If y'all don't, like, I just needed this to wear. But I just wasn't expecting it to be like, I literally had like one of my best-selling nights, my best-selling weeks, best-selling months, and I was just like, wow. And then it's crazy because that was the piece that ended up like kind of going around the map, and I was just like, that's what I built this brand for, was to leave an impression everywhere. So it was just like, this is beautiful. I'm glad people are traveling everywhere because I'm not at this time. So for me, I would say that would probably be my most signature piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Kris?
Let me see, the piece that really got me like earlier this year, I'm flying back from LA. Young hit me up, was like, bro, come meet up with me. We need to talk about something. I'm like, oh man, what did I do? We sat down. He was just like, bro, I want you to style my wedding.
Aww.
And I was like, what?
That's beautiful.
That's fire.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, bro. You know, me and Jeannie gonna get married. He was like, bro, he was like, I can go get anybody in the world. I can go get some of the biggest designers in the world, some of the biggest stylists, but bro, you put me in my first suit, so it's only right that I get you to do my wedding. And I was just like, all right, bro. He was just like, all right, you got 2 weeks. I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
Like the
I'm
biggest
like,
moment.
bro, I'm like, bro, people plan weddings a year and they try to get the perfect suit. You giving me 2 weeks? He's like, come on, bro. I'm like, all right, man. So I remember I got home. Me and Millie went back to my house and I'm just like, what am I about to do? So instantly I jumped online and I'm hitting up Tom Ford, like my connects at Tom Ford, my connects at Armani. You know, I'm having them send me all these pictures of suits and XYZ, woo-de-woo, bam, bam, bam. I was just like, this ain't it. I'm like, I need something that's gonna make me, that's gonna be Kris. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of just going to get something off the rack and I'm like, that ain't it. So for that 2 weeks was probably like the hardest 2 weeks of my life because outside of trying to figure out this suit ordeal, me and Jeezy going through this, like we're working out every morning. We mentally, like he's really like every day for 2 weeks, he's like, bro, like, so we meeting up for breakfast in the morning. What you got anything yet? You got anything yet? You got anything? I'm like, nah, bro, I'm still trying to figure it out. So I went to Gale Fabric Store out in, I think Norcross? Gale K. So I'm at Gale K and I'm just like, man, you know what? I'm about to make a suit.
You made it.
I'm about to make a suit. I'm like, I'm not finding anything that's hitting it. So I'm going through, for about 1 week straight, I'm going through all these colors because I'm like, I have to find the perfect color that's gonna match Jeannie's dress. And they really wanted him to wear green. But me and him already talked about it. He was like, bro, I'm not wearing no green. He was like, chocolate dudes don't look good in green. I'm like, I ain't wearing no green, dog. I'm like, yeah, bro, you can't wear green to your wedding, dog. Like, I mean, that ain't it, bro. And I'm like, but also you can't wear black either because they're gonna expect that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he just like, I'm gonna leave it up to you. So I'm in Gale K looking through all this fabric. And out of nowhere, this voice in my head, which was Jay-Z, when him and B was getting in the car at the Rock Nation, and that cameraman said, "Hey Jay-Z, I like your pink suit." He was like, "This isn't pink. This is mauve." I had mauve in my head, and I remember me googling what is mauve. And when I looked up that color, I said, "This it." So I picked out about 20 different color shades of that pink. 2 days later, me and Young met up for breakfast, and I laid it out on the table. He was like, "Oh, that's it right there." I was like, "You wear pink?" He said, "That's it right there." I was just like, "Shit, let's roll." I hit up my suit person. We made that suit, and that suit got me my first mention in Vogue magazine.
Wow.
Yeah, it got me my first mention in People magazine. GQ hit me. I got a random phone call from GQ, and they were like, "Hey, this is, XYZ from GQ. We just want to say, the pink suit you put Jeezy in, like, is making a hit, and we're calling it the color of the summer." So we want to know, can you explain how someone that couldn't afford to make a pink suit like you made for him, like, they can get one from Express or something like that, just kind of show like the balance in the suits. And I was just like, all right, cool. So like that suit really like took me to the next level.
Fire.
Yeah. So that was like I didn't cry, my mama cried though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, that's real big.
Especially somebody coming from the city, and you look up as a designer, as a stylist, you look up to magazines like Vogue and things like that. So to see my name in there was just like,
wow.
It was like that I made it moment.
Yeah.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So,
Well, we can go all day. We definitely have to bring you guys back for a part 2 because there's so much we want to dive deeper into. But before you go, we want to play a game with you guys.
Okay.
It's called Red Flag, Green Flag.
oh, man.
So yeah. All right.
You first.
All right, you first. All right. So okay, get the flag. All
Are
right.
you holding it up?
Oh yeah. So you gotta choose.
So you got
So-
A and B.
All right. So a guy asks you on a date. Then he asks you to plan the date. Red flag, green flag. I already knew, girl.
Let's dive into this.
Wait, dive into that, bro.
Let's
Because-
dive into this. I mean, girls, y'all so indecisive,
Well, help us.
And a nigga just
Help
kind of
us
want to
decide.
get right to the point. What you want to eat at? Because it's like, if I know where you like to eat at,
Listen.
bro. Like,
No.
And I make it happen.
This is why it's a red flag. Because I really believe, and this in every aspect of a relationship, even if it's building a friendship, the man leads. So how you going to invite me on a date and you don't have no clue what to do? Like, you can't look anything up. You don't have a homegirl you can call and say, yo, where should I take her? Like, I really like this chick, da-da-da. Where should I take her? Where's some places you like to go? Like, use your resources. And I feel like men are becoming too lazy and you want us to do your job for you. No, that's not what we're doing. It's a red flag.
I agree, but I don't know about lazy.
That is lazy.
I feel like women now are expecting so much. Just like, come on, love. Like, all right, cool. But then let's say if it's not something you want to eat, don't sit there and complain.
See, for me, I'm big on attentiveness. So I feel like if you're going to pursue me, then I would have hoped that you paid attention to me enough to have had something together. I'm not going to lie to you, though. It would not bother me if somebody was hella dope. I mean, like, super dope. And we just going with the flow of things. But you keep it player to the point. I don't even know that you just going with the flow of things. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Player.
If you allow me to know, like, you did not put any effort into this at all, I'm going to feel like I have no reason to be around you. Because honestly, my energy is not that accessible to where it's like, yeah, just throw me in the water. I'm going to just play my own. You know what I mean? Like, if you care, because I would hope that you don't just jump after everybody. You know what I mean? If you care, put a little bit of thought into it.
Because women, we pay attention.
Yeah,
if you like Snickers, you eating it every single day, I'm going to pull up to your crib the next time with the Snicker bar. Like, just because I know, like, you like that.
Yeah.
So we pay attention, so we expect the man to do the same.
You taking over?
Let me ask y'all this. In the case that you done ate everywhere, we done been to here.
Don't start this.
Nah, because you know what? Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, because you want to come on.
I want to book you a trip, but you done been everywhere. Like, all right, where you want to go? Because, you know what I'm saying?
Would that bother me if you asked where I want to go? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where you want to go, where you want to eat at. Same thing.
Hey, what you feel like eating?
We might have been everywhere. We might have ate everywhere. It's like...
Is first date or...
See, that's long term. We ain't talking about long term. This is the beginning of a dating cycle. Yeah, this is not long term relationship.
See, I'll feed you. Just tell me what you feel like eating. And you don't have to look it up or nothing like that. Just be like, what you feel like
First
eating.
date is easy.
Okay, that's cool.
You feel like Chinese?
And then you go find it.
I got you.
Bet. Okay,
Yeah,
I like that.
That's all I'm saying.
That's
you know
cool.
What I'm saying? But if you want me to...
But don't come with nothing. Don't come with, like, absolutely nothing.
Oh,
like,
no.
But sometimes, you know, men, they get nervous. They might really like you. It's like,
Yo, I just had this conversation.
Like, yo, niggas get nervous sometimes. Like,
not the nervous. I can't.
get nervous.
Yo.
Are you going for that, Arraya?
Can we
If you
speak
nervous,
on...
I'm not gonna lie to you, and I hate that it happens. It happens to me, and it's like I'm so down to earth that I genuinely be like, damn, why is it nervous? Because now it's like I'm uncomfortable because now I gotta make you feel comfortable, and I really feel like
Guys be nervous.
you can be nervous,
Every
but
man
keep
ain't
it
just straight
player.
up.
You know what I mean? Keep it player. Like you could tell me, like you know what? I can't even lie. Like, you know, I'm losing my train of thought with you, but it's not because I don't care, but it's because, you know, like I'm really, you know, into this moment. Like shit like that, you keeping it player. Like you letting me know, like, you know what, you ain't never felt like this before. That's, you know, like I like that.
It's crazy. Look, it's crazy that we talking about this nervousness. Real quick, I'm about to change the subject real quick. I've seen so many females, right, say, I hate when a guy come and talk to me in the gym, right? Mm-hmm. Women put it on their story all the time, and
It's real.
It's real, right? But then y'all also hate when a guy can talk to you in the club. When is it the right time to come and talk to you?
That's a good point. I'm not gonna lie.
It depends on the approach.
Yeah.
It depends on the approach.
Do you want me to catch you when you drunk in the club?
No.
Because you don't want to be bothered. You having fun. So you in the gym, it's like...
I would say this, it depends on the man and it depends on the approach.
Yeah.
Period. It doesn't matter who it is. We can be approaching the gym, although we might hate it, but if you have the right approach.
Right. I think women need to start saying that more instead of just saying, I don't like when guys approach me in the gym, because guys watch that. Like, I see women post that all the time. I'm like, man, you'd be the first, I wouldn't even come up to you in the gym just off the fact that you posted all day on your story.
I mean, but you gotta know how to keep it player and approach us properly.
You put everything on the gram, like, nah, nobody want to talk to you, because now I'm feeling like,
There's no mystery.
like, dang, bro, you don't want to be approached. I'm good. Then you go to figure, like, then women go to figure, like, was something wrong with me? No, but you sitting there putting all the don'ts out there.
We ain't about to start this. Let's get back into the red flag, green flag. Let's get back into
All right, Kris, I'm going to ask you this. This is a little, damn.
Okay.
You at the club, you take it back home.
All right.
She'll ask you for a condom.
What?
Wait, what?
at the club. You at the club. You take her home. Y'all in bed.
Right.
She don't ask you for a condom. You ain't got one either. Red flag, green flag.
Oh, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
You gotta put the red flag up.
Oh yeah, red flag.
Yeah, put it up. Okay.
Nah, I don't do that.
Alright, so you're not no wild boy. Good.
Yeah, nah, I don't. Like, let me tell you something. I feel like us fellas, bro, we gotta stop. We need to stop making it seem like we stupid. You know what I'm saying? And all we do is think with our dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like,
use your head.
I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this is like. I remember one time, but I ain't gonna put nobody's name out there. I kicked somebody out of my house one time because you was sitting there in my ear talking about take it off. I want you to film it. Hold on, I'm up. What you mean? Trap. No, I'm good.
Trap.
You think I'm
out of there?
Caught up in this? That like, nah, you could go. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, red flag that.
Red flag that. If he's a Kevin Samuels fan, red flag, green flag, sis.
Is Kevin Samuels the one that got that talk show?
And rude as hell.
Girl, first
like
of all,
him.
no. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell
like
you first
him.
of all,
Love
this is
him,
definitely
actually.
this is a red flag, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I can't really respect Kevin Samuels at all for the way that he goes about
Exactly.
what he does.
It's the approach. The
Yeah.
approach.
Because I remember watching the video and he completely just disrespected this woman for feeling like she was a 10, because he didn't see her as a 10. Number one, I feel like if you admire or you can relate to somebody that has bad character, there's something flawed within you that I don't even want to be attached to. I don't need the energy to transfer.
Exactly.
There's something odd, here. Also, most men that are outward like that usually are super insecure and deal with exactly what they're projecting that they don't deal with, that they don't like, whatever the case may be. It's very like, how do I put it? Like a big mask. Like, you know what? This is my comfort space because in privacy, usually I'm getting shot down by this woman or normally, this is what's occurring to me. But in this space, I own this space. I have a strength about myself. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to down you because I don't feel that good inside. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I can't respect a man that does.
Period.
They
Agreed.
do not be feeling Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
No.
I think the truth is, I think he keeps it real.
It has nothing to do with that. It's all about his approach.
His approach
It's wrong.
I mean,
It's rude.
he's kind of like a dickhead, but it's kind of like he goes right to the point. I mean,
I can respect direct.
Exactly.
I can't respect disrespect as a form
Exactly.
of direct because
Exactly.
it's not. Disrespect is not direct. Like if I feel like I'm comfortable enough to disrespect you, I honestly don't even respect myself because if your own code, if you morally feel like it's proper for you to move like this as a human being principle-wise, there's no way at all that this action that you're, trying to project as you cool or you this or whatever the case may be is that. No, it's a different form in which you're,
Agreed. 1,000%.
I agree with you on that. No disrespect.
what about Justin LeBoy fans?
You said what?
Justin
Am I-
LeBoy, I mean,
It's the mean page. Don't start that shit.
Uh-uh.
You always want to start some
it's
shit.
still a human being behind the man. Hey,
I think it says real shit sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but am I like a fan? I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I can understand and relate to him at times for sure.
Yeah, I'm not tapping into Justin LeBoy every
Yeah.
day. Like, I want to see
Yeah.
what about post like, nah.
All right, last one. A guy you're dating. First text is, send me a picture of you. Instead of asking, how's your day going? Beautiful.
His first text to me is send me a picture of you.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a red flag or
A green flag.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't take that offensively.
But
I'm trying to understand the angle. You know what I mean? Because it's like, is the picture like, I want to see you? You know what I mean?
yeah, it can just,
get a
let's just say
FaceTime.
see you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I wouldn't. That doesn't bother me. Like, we could put a green flag for that. Because honestly, I think that's cute. I'm a picture texter. I feel like it's very boring. Like, if you're just wording all day. I love to see, like, visually. You could take a picture of a tree. Love it. You could take a picture of your coffee. Love it. You could take a picture of you in the moment. Love that. So that wouldn't bother me. I feel like if your angle, though, was like, if I say I'm getting in the shower and you, like, send me a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Red flag.
Yeah, but every now and then, like, shit, show me love something.
yeah.
Man,
Keep a
like,
little spicy. Give it
I don't know.
Give me a little-
Sexting is a little tricky these days. I always had this thing of being blackmailed, so I'm kind of scared.
Snapchat.
I don't get on Snapchat.
Yeah, but y'all was in the
Well, This wraps the interview. I want to say thank you guys so much for tapping in with our dope family. It was a pleasure having you two on here. I am your girl, Portia Marie.
And your boy, Iffy.
And this is where creators meet and have dope conversations.
Hi, my name is Arraya Hope, and I'm a designer.
What's going on? I'm Kris Shelby. I'm a stylist.
Check us out on the Dope People Meet podcast.